Hello, you beautiful people. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are shocked after seeing all the banners in patch 3.4, and with this patch just being 9 days away, you're probably interested in knowing how many stellar jades you can collect in this upcoming version for your Phainon funds, right? Or maybe you're saving for someone else. Well, in any case, you've landed on the perfect video to get that info. Today, I'm mainly going to talk about all the stellar jades that you can get in the upcoming patch 3.4 of Honkai Star Rail. Along with this, I will also tell you about all the sources where you can get these jades, and some additional rewards like the free archer, another free 5-star, and all that. If you're planning to pull for any of the new characters though, you might want to check out Lubar because on this site you can save up to a total of 25% on all your purchases. To give an example, I'll buy this 3280 Oniric Shard pack for $43, and this same pack costs me about $50 from the in-game shop. You can see that it's cheaper, right? For the top-up process, just enter your UID in this box and choose your respective server, depending on your account. After waiting for a few minutes, I received my jades with the double top-up bonus because it was my first purchase. If you use my link, which is in the description or the pinned comment though, you can get an extra 10% off on top of all the other discounts. Other than HSR, you can top up on Genshin as well using Lubar, and both of these games have quite a lot of 5-star reviews. Also, I'm just going to mention the usual disclaimer that these calculations, which I will use throughout the video, are based on an early estimate, and you're most likely going to get a tiny bit more jades than the final amount. Yep, just keep that in the back of your mind while watching. With that being said, let's begin without wasting any more of your time or energy. Okay, starting with some basic info about this patch, version 3.4 is going to go live on July 2nd for the Asia and Europe servers and July 1st for the America ones. Just like all the other patches, this patch is also going to follow the normal HSR schedule, and it will last for a total of 42 days or 6 weeks. By the way, I'm going to assume that you're literally broke with nothing to your name when you boot up patch 3.4 for the first time, just for the sake of calculation. Alright, starting with the classic daily commissions, if you complete all your dailies for 42 days without missing even a single day during the entirety of this patch, then you can get a total of 2,520 jades. I mean, I would say dailies are probably one of the most reliable ways to get limited currency in basically any gacha game, and for HSR, the dailies are usually completed by the time you're done spending your Trailblaze power, which is pretty nice. Moving on from the dailies, let's take a look at the total amount of rewards that you can get by completing the endgame content. So, during the entirety of patch 3.4, we will get a single rotation or reset for all the 3 endgame modes, namely being Memory of Chaos, Pure Fiction, and Apocalyptic Shadow. Now, if you are able to complete all these endgame modes up to their highest available floor, then they will reward you with a massive total of 2,400 jades. By the way, for all the somewhat new players out there who can't really complete all these endgame modes with their current roster, you don't need to worry at all, because here are the calculations for the lower floors as well. Next up, let's talk about all the jades that you can get from the simulated universe. So, if you manage to complete all your 6 weekly simulated or divergent universe resets religiously, then the great Madam Herta will graciously grant you a total of 1,350 jades for all your hard work. Something to keep in mind here is that this calculation is done assuming that your account is at Equilibrium level 6, which is the highest Equilibrium level. If you are a new player though who just started HSR, it's going to take you quite a while to reach this Equilibrium level. Don't worry at all though, because just as I did for the endgame content, I have included some calculations for the total amount of jades that you can get from the weekly simulated or divergent universe at lower Equilibrium levels. Now, fortunately, the monthly shop is going to reset for a total of 2 times during the entirety of patch 3.4, and this shop reset will be the July and the August monthly shop reset. Okay, technically, the shop will only reset for a single time during version 3.4 because it starts on July 2nd, which is a day after the shop reset, but I mean at that point, you're definitely saving those tickets for 3.4 anyway, right? So, just like all the other shop resets, both of the July and the August shop resets combined are going to grant us a total of 10 limited tickets, which rounds up to be around 1,600 jades in total, so that's pretty nice. Well, with that, we are done discussing all the jades that you can get from the recurring sources in patch 3.4. Moving on, let's discuss about all the jades that you can get from completing the limited time events in this patch. So, starting off with the classic Gift of Odyssey event, which everyone loves, This event will grant us with a pretty sweet total of 10 limited tickets or 1,600 jades. The best part though is that you can complete this event just by logging in the game for 7 days in total. Honestly, I really like this event quite a lot just because of how easy it is, and for some reason, it always puts a smile on my face whenever I see this event after a new patch release. Other than this event, I'm sure literally 99% of you already know by now, but if you've somehow managed to dodge this info, we're going to get Archer as a free limited 5-star character in patch 3.4. When you log in your game on July 11th, which is also the release date of the Fate collaboration, you will be able to claim Archer on your account through your mailbox. I have to say, Archer actually looks really fun to play, and finally, after a whole year, I guess it's time to unbench and build my Sparkle once again. Next up, just like most of the other patches, we're going to get a total of 2 limited-time playable events in this patch, namely Fate's Day Night and Origami Bird Clash. Out of these, I think it's very obvious that the Fate's Day Night event will be the main event for this patch, and honestly, it's kind of funny that they just named the event as Fate's Day Night without making it a little fancier. Now, if you complete this collaboration event thoroughly, then it will grant you a total of 1,500 jades, which is pretty sweet. As for the other event, it will be considered a minor event, and completing it will grant you around 500 jades. All in all, the 2 limited-time playable events in this patch will reward us with a decent total of 2,000 jades. Okay, with that done, we're now going to move on from all the limited-time events, and let's take a look at all the jades that you can get from the exploration and quest completion in patch 3.4. So, starting with the exploration part, we're going to see a total of 1 new area in this patch which will be available for us to explore, and after including all the rewards from the treasure chests, puzzles, and formidable enemies, the final amount comes out to be around 450 jades, which is understandable considering that there is only 1 new area. By the way, I just want to mention that you should definitely take all these exploration rewards as somewhat of an estimate, because it can increase or decrease upon the live release of the patch. Also, maybe it's just me, but I got heavy Liyue vibes when I saw the new area for the first time, and I absolutely love it. Next up, we're obviously getting a continuation of the Trailblaze quest in patch 3.4, and completing this entire quest will reward us with a somewhat small total of 600 jades. Other than the Trailblaze quest, there will be some side quests as well, and completing all of these will reward you around 250 jades. Overall, completing all the new quests that will be available in the next patch will grant us with a decent total of 850 jades, which is not bad at all. Also, we're going to get 600 jades from the server maintenance and bug compensation for patch 3.4, and another 300 jades from the 3.5 livestream codes as well, so don't forget to watch the livestream. Alright, at last, adding up all the rewards from the miscellaneous things like character trials, banner codes, and web events, we should get a pretty sweet total of around 440 jades from them. Finally, if I add up the amount of stellar jades that I mentioned throughout the video from all these various sources, we get a massive total of 14,110 jades. Now, if I convert all these jades into limited tickets for a better estimation, we should get a total of around 88 limited tickets, which is actually a bit lower than some previous patches, but it's still pretty huge. By the way, keep in mind that this calculation does not include the paid Battle Pass or the monthly Express Pass. If you do happen to buy the monthly pass though, then the amount of jades that you can get during the entirety of patch 3.4 increases up to 18,490 jades or 115 limited tickets. Honestly, a pretty good amount for all the Express Pass buyers out there. Well, with that, I have told you the entire calculation of the total amount of jades that you can acquire from different sources in the next patch. I'm kind of curious though, with all these insane characters being featured in the same patch, which character you're going to pull for on your account. Also, I didn't mention it before as it gets annoying, but if you liked the video, then do consider subscribing. With that being said, I just want to say I love y'all, and I will see you in another one.